In this lesson, we'll go ahead and work on the lips of our model. So, we worked a fair bit on the nose and a little bit on the mouth in the previous lesson. Let's go ahead and try to give these just a little bit more love, and let's see what we can come up with just by looking at the reference. So again, like I said, you're going to be seeing my reference a lot more. It's going to be a little bit cropped, but I think you guys get the gist of if you don't have two monitors, how you would solve this problem. Just kind of do what you can with the limited screen space. It really doesn't change that much, but observing is important because the first thing that I saw is that he had this indentation, and you can really see a downward plane coming down from the lips there into this little cut that just separates the chin. And here the skin on underneath his chin is clearly visible as well. I think you guys can agree it's a fairly important aspect of his face to add later on. So we're working on that fairly soon here. When we talk about changing the lips, we're definitely going to be talking about the chin, the neck, everything that is flowing down. It's going to be important for us to mess with. So we're getting there. It's starting to look pretty good. Adjusting the philtrum here, and then the septum, and then the nose here is not quite there yet. I'm going to go ahead and just add a little bit of volume here with clay brush to the lips, just to pull them out a little bit. He has fairly meaty lips, so it's something that we have to get right. Now the mouth may be a bit too close to the nose. I'm not quite sure about that. Maybe, maybe not. Difficult to tell right now, but it might be the case. In any case, just adjusting here, looking at those shapes, seeing if the lip is round and where it is, and I can definitely see some asymmetry. If you look on the lip on the right, it's straight. If you look on the lip on the left, it's kind of round. So I'm going to have to add that, but first we'll do the skin here, as you can see. And while we're down here, we might as well start thinking about the Adam's apple as well as the sternomastoid muscles for the neck. So there we go, Adam's apple, and then we can add the sternomastoid muscle here. It goes from behind the ear into your middle of your sternum. It does not connect both pieces to the clavicle. This is a common mistake that a lot of artists make. The sternomastoid muscle on the neck actually has one leg or one connection into the middle of your sternum, which is what we call the manubrium, and then the other piece goes onto your clavicle. So another thing that is also very common is that a lot of people tend to sculpt these muscles very much pulled out, very strong, very thick, and these muscles really only work when you turn your head. So if your head isn't turned, these muscles barely show up. So keep that in mind when sculpting necks. Anyway, just moving things back, adjusting the nose here, adjusting the cheekbones. As you can see, already did a little bit of work on the profile view, just having those reference images, definitely working on it, and it's giving us a good basis for us to start refining everything. So as you can see, I don't really contain myself to one piece. If I see something that needs adjusting, I go ahead and adjust it. It's fairly simple, fairly easy. I do what needs to be done. So this face is starting to get somewhere, and if you remember a few minutes back there, didn't really look like much. So you can see that just by adjusting everything individually, you can really just focus on something and really get it going. Now I'm going to look for the side view here just so I can see what it is that I'm doing. Mostly on the lip curve as well as the nose. I'm not really happy with what the philtrum's looking like, so I'm just going to pull it out here with the standard brush and just making sure it's looking like just like the reference, which right now it's starting to get there. So pretty happy about this right now. And now the nose is bothering me a little bit, so I'm going to adjust it. And you can see that there's a fairly thick nostril up there, so that's what I'm trying to mimic. The thing about sculpting a nose is sometimes you mess the side view up, and then or you fix the side view, but then the front view doesn't work. And there's a few things that we need to adjust here, but overall, I think that I get that little nasolabial cut for the fold going in, and we can definitely adjust that stuff. And it's only things that we're going to notice with specific images. You can only see it with the reference. You see how important it is that it is a big image. That way we can definitely see all of this detail, the pores, the measles, all that stuff, little wrinkles. Very important. But there you go, starting to get the shape of the nose now. And the nostril isn't quite perfect, but overall, we're definitely getting closer. But we're not done yet. We have plenty of work to do, and right now, this is, I think, where we're going to stop. I think we've made some pretty good progress, so I'm just going to refine this nasolabial fold, and I'll kind of refine it off screen a little bit. But as far as the lips go, that's about it. Let's go ahead and in the next lesson, work on the ears. I'll see you guys there.